Tesla withheld data, lied, and misdirected police and plaintiffs to avoid blame in autopilot crash. This is an incredible article. I highly recommend going and reading on your own as well. But I'm going to read a few paragraphs first. Tesla was caught withholding data, lying about it, and misdirecting authorities in the wrongful death case involving Autopilot that it lost this week. The automaker was undeniably covering up for Autopilot. Last week, a jury found Tesla partially liable for a wrongful death involving a crash on Autopilot. Fred explained the case and the verdict in another article. But we now have access to the trial transcripts, which confirm that Tesla was extremely misleading in its attempt to place all the blame on the driver. The company went as far as to actively withhold critical evidence that explained Autopilot's performance around the crash. Tesla withheld the crash snapshot data that its own server received within minutes of the collision. Within about 3 minutes of the crash, the Model S uploaded to a collision snapshot video, CAN bus streams, EDR data, etc. to Tesla's servers, the mothership, and received an acknowledgement. The vehicle then deleted its legal copy, resulting in Tesla being the only entity having access. What ensued were years of battle to get Tesla to acknowledge that this collision snapshot exists and is relevant to the case. The police repeatedly attempted to obtain the data from the collision snapshot, but Tesla led the authorities and the plaintiffs on a lengthy journey of deception and misdirection that spanned years. And then the article goes on to the detail of what happened. April 2019, the crash and the instant upload of Tesla pretended never happened. In May 2019, Tesla's lawyer scripts the homicide investigator's evidence request, which is incredible. In June 2019, a staged cooperation that corrupts evidence. And this is, Fred has receipts all going back to the lawsuit documents. 2019 through 2024, for 5 years, repeated denials and discovery stonewalling by Tesla. The facts are Tesla had the data on the servers within minutes of crash. When the police sought the data, Tesla redirected them toward other data. When the police sought Tesla's help in extracting it from the computer, Tesla falsely claimed it was corrupted. Tesla invented an auto-delete feature that didn't exist to try explain why it couldn't originally find the data in the computer. When the plaintiffs asked for the data, Tesla said that it didn't exist. Tesla only admitted to the existence of the data once presented with forensic evidence that it was created and transferred to its service. And in late 2024, court orders a bit-for-bit NAND flash image. And then earlier this year, the forensic treasure trove reveals the file name and checksum. So, and then subpoenas involved server logs to get Tesla to actually do what's right to do. I mean, we have a family trying to figure out what happened to their daughter, and Tesla is holding back information, according to this article. I highly recommend reading the article in full. We're not going to go through it, every single sentence here. But there's more on Tesla front. Tesla Elon Musk sued by shareholders over robotaxi claims. Elon Musk and Tesla were sued by shareholders who accused them of securities fraud for concealing the significant risk that the company's self-driving vehicles, including the robotaxi, were dangerous. The proposed class action was filed on Monday night following Tesla's first public test of its robotaxis in late June in the company's Austin, Texas hometown. That test showed the vehicle speeding, braking suddenly, driving over a curb, entering the wrong lane, and dropping off passengers in the middle of multi-lane roads. Musk and his electric vehicle maker were accused of repeatedly overstating the effectiveness of and prospects for their autonomous driving technology, inflating Tesla's financial prospects and stock price. Shareholders said this included Musk's assurance on April 22 conference call that Tesla was laser-focused on bringing robotaxi to Austin in June, and Tesla's claim the same day that its approach to autonomous driving would deliver scalable and safe deployment across diverse geographies and use cases. Tesla did not immediately respond on Tuesday to requests for comment. CFO and his predecessor are also defendants. Wow. Expanding robotaxis is crucial for Tesla as the company faces falling demand for its aging EV and a backlash over Musk's politics. Musk, the world's richest person, wants to offer the service to half the US population by year-end. Not going to happen. But Musk convinced regulators and assured the public his technology is safe. Give me 1 second. Monday's lawsuit in Austin federal court is led by Tesla shareholder Denise Moran and seeks damages for shareholders between April 19, 2023 and June 22, 2025. A Florida jury on August 1 found Tesla 33% responsible for a 2019 crash involving its self-driving software, which killed a 22-year-old woman and injured her boyfriend, and ordered it to pay $243 million in damages to victims. Tesla blamed the driver and plans to appeal. On top of that, Tesla sales keep slumping in Europe with BYD gaining ground. Tesla sales in Europe continue to decline, with significant market share ceded to China's BYD. In Germany and the UK, those are the two biggest markets, Tesla's July sales fell by over half compared to the previous year, while BYD's registrations quadrupled. And my understanding is that BYD delivers just as many, if not more, pure EVs than Tesla does across Europe. And then on top of that, that this article doesn't discuss, is that Xiaomi, which is bringing U7 to China this year, and I think in 2 years to other markets, including Europe, that's not even including these numbers. So I think it's only going to get worse for Tesla in Europe, China, and everywhere else except for US, I guess, because the United States government protects Tesla, both Biden and Trump administrations. Now, in the US, however, there's new EVs proliferating as well. The Chevy Equinox EV crushed it in July, the best sales month ever for a non-Tesla EV. Let's read the summary on this one only because we have a lot to discuss today. The Chevy Equinox had its best sales month ever in July, with over 8,500 units sold, making it the best-selling non-Tesla EV in the US. This surge in sales, driven by the affordable LT model, contributed to a 115% increase in GM's EV sales compared to the previous year. The Equinox EV success is attributed to its attractive design, driving range, fast charging capabilities, and competitive price point. I mean, this is very impressive, but what I'm about to read next is pretty stunning. And we've discussed EREVs before in this podcast. And this is one example of why EREVs, I think, are the future. On August 1, IM Motors, the premium new energy vehicle brand co-backed by SAIC, Alibaba Group, officially launched its new super range extended technology, Hengxing, literally named Star, marking its entry into the growing range extended electric vehicle segment, so EREVs. 2 upcoming models will debut with the new technology. According to IM Motors, the Hengxing technology represents a major technological integration from its parent company, SAIC, delivering a new category of new energy vehicles capable of over 1,500 kilometers of combined range. 1,500 kilometers, over 1,500 kilometers of combined range. So that's about 1,000 miles. Okay. Now, I think the China's range standard is a little bit more forgiving than the EPA, but even convert the EPA, it's more than 600 miles of combined range, and 400 kilometers, so about 300 miles, coming from the battery power alone. Okay. There's a lot more in the article, but that's what I want to highlight. And it's a good-looking vehicle, as you can see here in this picture. Good-looking vehicle. Anywhere from 600 to 1,000 miles of combined range on one charge. And I think this vehicle has 800-volt electrical architecture. There you go, 800-volt high-voltage battery pack dedicated to REVs. It offers a battery power range of up to 450 kilometers under the CLTC test cycle, enough to cover a week's worth of city driving. And now here's another kicker that no Tesla can match this today. The 800-volt architecture sports an ultra-fast charging at a peak power of 268 kilowatts, enabling a 310-kilometer range top-up in just 15 minutes. So that's more than 200 miles in 15 minutes. Okay.